Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July.
At 46, most boxers have long left the ring behind, enjoying retirement or working from the safety of commentary booths. But Manny Pacquiao isn't most boxers. The iconic A-Division world champion is once again pushing the limits of age and expectation, preparing for a high-stakes return against rising welterweight contender Mario Barrios. From inside his grueling training camp, Pacquiao demonstrates that his signature speed, discipline, and indomitable fighting spirit remain intact. His eyes are set on legacy, and redemption in this fight is far more than just another bout. It's a declaration that true greatness doesn't fade with time.
I said I did it, my nigga. Now I can go all year. Yeah, down it. They they fear. Go to them. Fear. Feeling show fucking hoes. Me making this shit. Niggas dying for surprise. Blow that push in the air.
Promoter Eddie Hearn believes that despite his age, Manny Pacquiao still possesses the talent to overcome most fighters outside the top 1-5-0 in the welterweight ranks, while acknowledging the natural decline due to age and inactivity. Hearn emphasizes that Pacquiao's vast experience and boxing intelligence make him a dangerous opponent. He also points out the commercial appeal of Pacquiao's comeback, particularly against someone like Mario Barrios, an accomplished fighter, but not on the same tier as elite names like Terrence Crawford or Jaron Boots Ennis. Still, Hearn warns that such a long layoff could impact Pacquiao's performance, suggesting that this comeback, while possible, must be carefully managed.
147, kind of a weird spot right now. We're looking at Manny Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why, we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, like, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up, and people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight, like Conor Benn is Boots, but he still hasn't had those wins yet.
Manny Pacquiao last stepped into the professional ring in August 2021, where he was defeated by Yordenis Ugas via unanimous decision. Since then, he has remained inactive. Eddie Hearn has highlighted that extended time away from the sport can be especially challenging for older fighters, while Pacquiao's passion to return is admirable. The physical toll of competing at the top level is immense, especially at 46. Nonetheless, his deep experience and tactical acumen still make him a potential threat in the welterweight division. His scheduled return against Mario Barrios in July 2025 for the WBC title reflects his ongoing ambition to fight among boxing's elite. However, whether he can rise to the occasion after years away remains uncertain. After losing to Ugas in 2021, Pacquiao announced his retirement to focus on his run for the Philippine presidency. At the time, He acknowledged the physical limitations he faced, citing leg cramps as a sign of his aging body. Despite his love for the sport, he chose to prioritize his health and political goals. In his retirement speech, he expressed deep gratitude to boxing for lifting him from poverty and helping him inspire others, concluding with, "It is difficult for me to accept that my time as a boxer is over. Today I am announcing my retirement." It marked the end of a 26-year career, during which he made history as the only fighter to win world titles in 8 weight classes.
2015. Remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, Skip, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said, I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather. Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith shared his admiration for Manny Pacquiao in a short video tribute, recognizing his remarkable legacy and impact on boxing. He celebrated Pacquiao not just as an 8-division world champion, but as a source of global inspiration, admired for his humility and service outside the ring. Now, at 46, Pacquiao is preparing for an unexpected return to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. In July 2025, it will be his first professional bout since his 2021 loss to Yordenis Ugas. Though he's been out of action for nearly 4 years, Pacquiao aims to capture yet another title in his already decorated career. The bout, set for July 19, 2025 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, is contingent on the outcome of his Senate re-election campaign in the Philippines on May 12th. Barrios, 29, boasts a record of 29 wins to losses and 1 draw with 18 knockouts. He became interim WBC champion after beating Ugas in 2023 and was elevated to full champion status in 2024 after Terrence Crawford moved up to 154 pounds. Barrios defended his title in a split draw against Abel Ramos in November 2024. Pacquiao's return has stirred mixed reactions. Some fans are thrilled, while others express concern about his long layoff. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman defended Pacquiao's right to challenge, citing the organization's rules for returning champions. This bout isn't just about reclaiming a belt, it's about solidifying Pacquiao's legacy. If he wins, he would become the oldest welterweight champion in history, further cementing his place among boxing's greatest legends.
In a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Date yet to be confirmed, venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time. And of course, he lost to Yordenis Ugas, the very, very tricky Cuban fighter. Convincingly lost to Yordenis Ugas. And in that fight, 4 years ago, as I say,
trainer Greg Hackett didn't mince words when reacting to Manny Pacquiao's comeback fight against Mario Barrios. Speaking candidly, Hackett admitted that if the fight had taken place years earlier, Pacquiao would have likely dominated. But now, things are different. At 45, Hackett believes Pacquiao is no longer the explosive fighter fans once knew. He questions whether Pacquiao still has the same speed, stamina, or killer instinct. According to Hackett, this bout is more of a financial spectacle than a competitive clash between the prime athletes.
Kind of like Pacquiao trying to hit a lick, you know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might run and beat Pacquiao up. You know I mean, not knock him out, but you know what I mean, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight.
Yeah, like on shit like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang. So, I mean, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I mean, I would love something like that, and that's a fight you got to get ready for.
Manny Pacquiao is scheduled to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in July, marking his return to professional boxing after nearly 4 years. The match, confirmed by WBC President Mauricio Suleiman, is a highly anticipated moment in the sport, bringing one of boxing's legends back into the limelight. Pacquiao last fought in August 2021, losing to Yordenis Ugas, after which he retired to focus on his political career, including a failed presidential bid in 2022. Despite stepping away, he remained active in public service. While rumors of a return circulated for years, this fight is now a reality. Barrios, a skilled and powerful opponent, currently holds the prestigious WBC title. For Pacquiao, this isn't just a comeback, it's a shot at history. A win would make him the oldest welterweight champion ever. His return also revives debates about whether elite fighters can truly beat time. Some worry about the physical risks of such a late career comeback, while others believe Pacquiao's conditioning and fight IQ still make him a serious threat. There's even speculation that this fight may set the stage for something bigger. Rumors suggest that if Pacquiao wins, he could pursue a blockbuster bout against Gervonta Tank Davis, a massive fight that would generate worldwide attention. Many believe Barrios was selected strategically, tough enough to be credible, but beatable with proper preparation. This could all be part of a grander plan, positioning Pacquiao for one final mega event. For now, all eyes turn to July, wondering if the legend can defy time once more.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
It's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Should Manny Pacquiao defeat Mario Barrios, a showdown with Gervonta Davis could quickly become one of the most hyped fights in recent memory. The story writes itself to dynamic southpaws from different eras, both celebrated for speed, power, and charisma, squaring off in a generational battle. Pacquiao, the global icon and 8-division champion, would aim to prove he still belongs among the sport's elite. Davis, an undefeated star with knockout prowess, would be eager to add a legendary name to his resume. Such a fight would transcend boxing, attracting casual fans and major media coverage, becoming a massive pay-per-view spectacle. With both fighters known for their explosiveness, the matchup promises high drama and serious stakes. Whether it serves as a passing of the torch or a final roar from a legend, the fight would captivate the world. Analyst Max Kellerman has even argued that Pacquiao deserves serious consideration as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter ever, while acknowledging Sugar Ray Robinson as the traditional GOAT due to his dominance and longevity. Kellerman points out that Pacquiao's resumed titles in 8 weight classes, wins over elite opponents across divisions, and sustained success into his 40s makes him a unique figure in boxing history. According to Kellerman, greatness depends on the criteria used and by the measure of career achievement. Pacquiao's legacy is hard to match.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys.
Manny Pacquiao's prime is widely considered to be during his reign between 140 and 147 pounds a stretch, where he delivered some of the most dominant performances of his career. His mix of speed, power, and relentless offense overwhelmed opponents, many of whom were naturally larger. This era also saw public demand peak for a mega fight between Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, with both men at the top of their games in the same division. While some analysts favored Mayweather in that matchup due to his defensive brilliance and size advantage, they acknowledged Pacquiao's rare ability to climb weight classes and still defeat top-tier opponents, unlike many fighters who lose effectiveness as they move up. Pacquiao remained lethal. His dominance across 8 divisions, particularly from 140 to 147, highlighted his incredible adaptability and made his case as one of the sport's all-time greats.
Had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen, and they're both in their primes.
Boxing insiders remain split on Manny Pacquiao's return, with reactions ranging from enthusiasm to concern. Promoter Ben Shalom, a boxer, offered a measured perspective, acknowledging the allure of the spotlight for legends like Pacquiao. The desire to relive past glory and connect with fans is understandable, especially for someone whose career was built on overcoming the odds. Yet Shalom also raised red flags, noting the health risks tied to late career returns to halves.
Thank you to Manny Pacquiao. Unbelievable career that we may never have a career like that again. I want you to take with you, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, is moments. By taking themselves out of a comfort zone, challenging themselves. And Manny Pacquiao is a dinosaur when it last of a dying breed. We're not going to see too many fighters like this ever again. And Pacquiao is going to be the type of fighter that we tell our kids about. Pacquiao has 20 wins, greater than some of your favorite fighters' best win. Manny Pacquiao has 3 Hall of Fame careers in one, winning legit titles in 8 different weight classes. Pacquiao's legacy will age better and better and better. Times go on and on and on. A fighter like Floyd Mayweather, I think his legacy will diminish a little bit. Salute to Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest of all time.